If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Never stop learning, because life never stops teaching. You have two choices: to control your mind, or to let your mind control you. The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Don't rush anything. When the time is right, it'll happen. We should always be asking ourselves, is this something that is, or is not, in my control? Your perspective on life comes from the cage you were held captive in. A Stoic is someone who transforms fear into prudence, pain into transformation, mistakes into initiation, and desire into undertaking. Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Let us balance life's books each day. The one who puts the finishing touches on their life each day is never short of time. First say to yourself what you would be and then do what you have to do. How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself? Curb your desire. Don't set your heart on so many things and you will get what you need. Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will, then your life will flow well. If anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses about what is said of you but answer, "He was ignorant of my other faults, else he would have not mentioned these alone." The most common act of violence is the relentless mental violence we perpetrate upon ourselves with nothing other than our thoughts. Too many people believe that everything must be pleasurable in life. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Self-control is strength. Right thought is mastery. Calmness is power. Man is mostly a collection of emotions, most of which he would do better not to be feeling. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Don't believe everything you hear. There are always three sides to a story: yours, theirs, and the truth. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion than our own. A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Problems only exist in the human mind. Discomfort is the currency of success. In life, it doesn't matter what happens to you or where you came from. It matters what you do with what happens and what you've been given. To be even-minded is the greatest virtue. Life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. Difficulty is what wakes up the genius. Common man's patience will bring him more happiness than common man's power. What man actually needs is not a tensionless state but rather the striving and struggling for some goal worthy of him. Feeling too much is a hell of a lot better than feeling nothing. In order to protect ourselves, we must live like doctors and be continually treating ourselves with reason. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. When pain comes, it must not derail you from your set virtues. If it does, you have failed to practice your virtues by going with the hype of pain. It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. Don't carry your mistakes around with you. Instead, place them under your feet and use them as stepping stones. Everything in your life is a reflection of a choice you have made. If you want a different result, make a different choice. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. He who fears death will never do anything worth of a man who is alive. Imagine smiling after a slap in the face. Then think of doing it 24 hours a day. Sometimes in life we must fight not only without fear, but also without hope. We should not, like sheep, follow the herd of creatures in front of us, making our way where others go, not where we ought to go. We're never unhappy until we remember why we're supposed to be unhappy. Love sometimes injures. Friendship always benefits. After friendship is formed you must trust, but before that you must judge. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Never believe you are above or below anyone. Keep a humble spirit. Better to trip with the feet than with the tongue. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we say. Man conquers the world by conquering himself. A bad feeling is a commotion of the mind repugnant to reason, and against nature. The goal of life is living in agreement with nature. In your actions, don't procrastinate. In your conversations, don't confuse. In your thoughts, don't wander. In your soul, don't be passive or aggressive. In your life, don't be all about business. The key is to keep company only with people who uplift you, whose presence calls forth your best. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Happiness is a good flow of life. No person has the power to have everything they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have, and to cheerfully put to good use what they do have. It is only by participation in a rational practice-based community that one becomes rational. The exercise of the virtues is itself a crucial component of the good life for man. Knowledge is no guarantee of good behavior, but ignorance is a virtual guarantee of bad behavior. To be a good human being is to have a kind of openness to the world, an ability to trust uncertain things beyond your own control. As human beings, we ought to be vulnerable. We shouldn't try to say that we can be self-sufficient or do everything that's necessary for a good life on our own, because we need other people. Life is about more than earning a living, and if you're not in the habit of thinking about it, you can end up middle-aged or even older and shocked to realize that your life seems empty. You can't really change the heart without telling a story. Business leaders love the humanities because they know that to innovate you need more than rote knowledge. You need a trained imagination. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Satisfied life is better than successful life. I begin to speak only when I'm certain what I'll say isn't better left unsaid. Make the mind tougher by exposing it to adversity. Warriors should suffer their pain silently. That's why the philosophers warn us not to be satisfied with mere learning, but to add practice and then training. For as time passes we forget what we learned and end up doing the opposite, and hold opinions the opposite of what we should.